Welcome to my rainy day spot in beautiful New Jersey. I'm gonna skate around and do some practice, but there's this feeling that I've been having recently that I want to try to convey in this video, and it's that feeling that unless somebody is watching you do something, it's not worth it. Almost like a reverse FOMO, that you can't just enjoy time alone. You have to film it and someone needs to see you do it, otherwise it doesn't matter. There's this feeling, it's almost like a reverse FOMO, that unless somebody is watching you do something through a YouTube video, this pull to create content that you can't, if you're just having a fun talk with your friends and you think, oh, we should start a podcast. So this whole idea of content is nothing new. It's this idea that you need to commodify your hobby. And unless you're doing so, you're missing out on a potential revenue stream that could make you so much money you could replace your day job. And I feel like, to some degree, the process of taking your hobby and turning it into content, it absorbs some of the joy in just doing the activity itself, because the goal is no longer to get better, it's to get validation through clicks and streams and whatever the fuck. And of course, this kind of thing doesn't happen overnight, so unless you're super passionate about it, it's gonna feel forced. And then you're doing this thing that you enjoy doing, but you have this supplemental activity or process that you have to do in order to make the thing you're enjoying a commodity. And it's basically just a multi-level marketing scheme at that point, because you feel pressure and guilt from this outside source to do this thing that you would never do originally. That is, to give the thing that you do enjoy doing some sort of purpose. As if the goal is no longer to have fun doing the thing you're doing. It's almost like the goal has become not to enjoy the thing you're doing, but to get popular by doing it. And then so you try to start a YouTube channel again, point in case, and it feels super forced. And obviously it doesn't last, because at this point you're competing with everybody, and it can feel like, what's the point in even starting when there's everybody who's already better than me? And so you're just comparing yourself to other people and not even focusing on the thing that you enjoy. That gets you to a point where you're like, well, I'm not even gonna bother starting, and you're just gonna live vicariously through other people doing the thing that you wish you would do. And it's just destroying hobbies. You can't just do a thing anymore. You gotta film it and turn it into something. Otherwise, what's the point? And I'm here to say, fuck that. And it can start to feel like there's no way out, because you're either making a content about a thing and doing that in your spare time, or you're not, and you're just doing this all for yourself. And it's almost selfish at that point. Why aren't you sharing? You know, it's they've designed the process of thinking that leads you to not, instead of having a good time with friends, you're laughing and you're having a funny conversation, and you think to yourself, oh, we should start a podcast. This isn't good enough right now. It's selfish to keep it from the world. And I feel like that's not a flaw in the design of these companies that wish for you to sell your soul and make content. It's not a coincidence that is the thought that it leads you to. That, oh man, we can't just have this funny conversation. It needs to be a highlight on Instagram Reels, you know? This needs to be something that people see when they're scrolling. It's like you're thinking about that thing that we all dread doing, hopefully. Doom scrolling. The fact that it's called doom scrolling and like bed rotting, like it's like painfully self-aware. Like you're just wasting away. And I don't know. I think it's very damaging to the prospect of pursuing a hobby. Because like I got back into skateboarding a year ago, almost at this point, and now it's starting to be like, well, everybody's so much better. They have all the years that I didn't skate behind them. So it's like, why even bother starting? But that's not the point. That's like the opposite of the point. So at the beginning of March or so, I hurt my ankle, and I've been dealing with, it may not look like it, but I've been dealing with trying to get that back together. I'm almost 5 weeks out from it. That made me think to myself, what made me get this far, you know? What was the point of getting this far if you're not gonna get back up and do it? It's a very delicate balance to try to make something out of what you enjoy doing, because you have to do it in a way that won't make you dread the process. That's the enemy. The whole content machine guilt trip, that's the enemy. So I haven't figured out a way around that. I don't think there is one. You're either gonna do the thing or you're not gonna do it. I think it's just the way that you choose to do it that might decide how your priorities lie, you know? Whew. I was thinking to myself the other week, I think April Fool's, the first April Fool's was actually just the changing of the seasons. Like, it's spring. Psych. It snowed this morning. Fucking stupid. Why isn't the cold? Why didn't they turn on the warm yet? My ankle's almost better. Most ugly front shove you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, it's hard to put into words that feeling of like having to produce content. Like, what does that even mean at this point? I'm sick of, like, I used to do a podcast, and I just, at one point I stopped being cool. Like, I'm a very like, whatever everybody's doing, I try to do the opposite. For better, for worse. I'm always the devil's advocate. I'm like, why are we all doing this, you know? And I don't know, maybe that's just like, I tried to pinpoint when it lost its luster. Like, when did making content become making content and not just like filming a video? When did the word content start? And it's hard to pinpoint exactly when it was, but I think that was the time that everything kind of started to suck. I mean, at some point it kind of becomes lonely in a way to just be experiencing your progress by yourself. You want the external validation of people cheering for you. And like, when did that start? That's been like forever. I grew up making YouTube videos. Why would that like change now? Like, you can't just do something. You need that fire emoji in the comments, you know? just doesn't hit the same unless unless there's fire emojis in the comments. Somebody needs to tell me that what I did was 100. Ugh. So it's actually interesting. The only other time I've ever filmed myself was when I landed my kickflip. My first kickflip, I got it on film. Since then, I've done at least one per day, I would imagine. I mean, there comes a point where you're landing like 10 of them a day. So that'll fill in the gaps of the days that you don't end up skating. And this is also like some of the worst ground, so it's like, if I could learn it on this, I could do it on anything. Which I have done, but you haven't seen yet. I love seeing older men with young dogs. Like they're starting a new chapter. I don't know if you can see that. He's jumping all over him. Ew. I felt that one. So I guess the answer to my qualm is that you need to streamline the process that you don't like as much as possible, which is, I guess, making simple videos. Oh my God, that's disgusting. The way I landed that was horrific. Well, I landed another one, but I have a way of never landing bolts. I always land with like my back foot on the tail and my front foot like halfway through the board. Just like perfectly in the middle. Like, yeah, like what is that stance? It's not a comfortable ride away. It's kind of like desperate. Like I'm landing them, but it's not controlled, you know? Ow. And sometimes I just reactivate my ankle. So I guess that's the answer to my question. The difference between content and art is how much you try. Content is a very streamlined, like, you gotta make the poppy captions and you have to make it all stand out and look like homogenized version of everything that's already out there. Yeah, I guess that's the problem. This is what you consume. Kind of informs what you're supposed to consume, and it's I don't know. I don't have social media on my phone. I don't scroll for the most part. I watch a lot of YouTube, but like, I try to watch it on my TV so that I have to get up every 10 minutes or so. I hope it makes me use it less. I don't know. It's easier to just, if you're on your computer or your phone, it's easier to get locked in a bad way. So yeah, that's my way. I don't scroll. I don't have any of the apps on my phone. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I don't have TikTok. I don't scroll. So I guess it's also a disconnect between what you're supposed to see and how much is already out there. It's like it's contributing to a void that is only getting more watered down versions of what you've already seen. And it's almost like, why contribute to something that is so meaningless at this point? Somebody's gonna watch your video and then they're gonna keep scrolling. I don't know, I feel like you want to have more like staying power than just like, here's my 5 tips, and it's like, shut up, that is selling your soul. Nobody does that because it's fun. This, on the other hand, people do this because it's fun. It's definitely more controlled than when I first did a kickflip, because there were a lot of times after that where I would land primo and fall forward. I learned to stay in the back seat, as it were, which is really just keeping your center of gravity like closer to the back bolts so that you're popping and catching back more so you don't eat shit. Point in case, I mean, I tic-tacked, but hey man, doing it at all is better than not doing it at all. All right, we gotta do some pop shoves because I haven't done those yet today. There's the front shove for you. I'm so sick of this board. Usually they snap before the razor tail gets that bad. Look at how fucking awful that is. That's from manuals. I still have to learn how to fail forward because every time I do a long manual, I end up scraping. There we go. That felt great. Now I want to do it closer to the camera. Yeah. That's what's up. Those two felt beautiful. Oh, yes. We're on a roll now, baby. See if we can get, how many we can get in a row. We're at 3 right now. Jinxed it. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 4. Regular pop shove. So I switched to Bones soft bushings. I used to have like regular hard independent ones, and what I learned is that the margin for error, you really need to feel where your board is at. And that's something that helped with kickflips, is switching to softer bushings. You can see where your pressure is at, and you can kind of predict the pop better than if you don't have anything that's visually telling you where your weight is. It's like you're able to see it and feel it as opposed to just feel it. That is something that has improved my kickflips as well. Because the margin for error is smaller, so you could have terrible form and still land stuff in very shitty ways with harder bushings, at least in my experience. But what it does is make easier tricks harder, like pop shoves. But that one felt great. So yeah, I guess at some point in making videos, you need to justify it to yourself, and the longer you spend thinking about why you're doing it, the less time you spend getting better at it, and like, the less you want to do it. You feel this weird dynamic where it's like, I feel like I have to do this thing. It's like, well, first off, you need to decide, are you going to do it or not? So if you're going to do it, don't think about whether you should do it. You're already doing it. So keep doing it. And if you, that makes sense. I don't even need to explain that. It's like making one decision as opposed to multiple, an endless amount of decisions. So I guess making videos starts off with one question: are you gonna make videos or not? If you're gonna do it, then do it. And it's not deeper than that. All right, pop shoves are feeling good today. What else should we try? So heel flips are the goal. I don't know if I'm feeling them right now. I love manuals. That's a big thing that I enjoy doing. I need to learn how to pop into nose manual, and I need to learn how to pop out of regular manual. I know how to shove out of a nose manual. It's pretty fun. I was not expecting to land it right there. It's always like, oh, here's something I know how to do. I did the shittiest one, but I was surprised. Usually after you say you can do something, you can't do it. Something like that. Whoever said that you can't skate on rainy days is a fucking liar. All you need to do is find a gazebo that's big enough. And even if it's not big enough, you could try some fucking freestyle or some shit. All right, heel flip's calling to me, so. So, something that is very different, I have to get the flick better, because sometimes I'll feel it right where I'm missing some white paint on the van stripe, and that hits like the top of my foot basically, and that's not where you're trying to flick from. Where you're trying to flick, you're not even supposed to go above the gummy area right here. The flick, there you can see there's 2 flick zones, and when you're getting it right, it's easier to tell. So a good rule of thumb is that if you're ever doing a trick and it hurts, you're probably doing it wrong. That's a good tip. If it hurts, you're not doing it right. No trick should hurt to do, unless you do some crazy shit, I guess. I think I mentioned this in my last video. Somebody said I go X Games mode when I try a new trick. Like you're just so, I squat down way too far. Like I don't even have to go that deep. That's something that I gotta remember. It's like, see, that was flipping there. I didn't have to go down ass to grass. Like right there, why did I go down so far? I felt that one on my ankle a little bit. I never had this issue before in my life. I was skating so much, and then I wasn't able to skate at all basically because of my ankle, and I was getting angry. Like skateboarding is my drug, and since I couldn't have my fix, I was just getting angry. That's a phenomenon that's new to me. I'm not an angry person, but I pulled up to the skate park one day, and there was some kid sitting in his car where his mom like had run into the building or something, and she was blocking the parking spaces. And so I was like asking the kid, like, can't you move a car? And he's like, no, I'm like 15, I can't even drive. And I was like, why the fuck did she park there? And he was like, chill, dude. I was like, yeah. Immediately felt like an idiot after, like, I just cursed out a child because I couldn't skate. I don't know. I felt bad, and it's good that I do feel bad for that, because if I didn't, that would be true anger issues. But like, yeah, man, that's new to me. I haven't experienced that. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm just an asshole if I don't skate. I need my fix, man. Don't speak to me until I've had my skate sesh. It's like my coffee. Okay, so some of it is definitely footing, because you can go, when I learn a new trick, I do the footing so extreme, and then after I learn it, you learn to dial it back a little bit. So like, I'm starting with my front foot, like basically all the way off the board. Like, it's so unnecessary. So just trying to dial it back a little bit. I can always get that half flip, and then my back foot comes down on it. So yeah, I think I was reading too deeply into the whole like content ruining hobbies. because here I am filming. It's not ruining anything. If anything, I'm skating a little bit less, but I'm talking through some shit. I'm having a chat with you. Can't you enjoy this? Yeah, I guess I was overthinking it. What it really comes down to is, are you gonna do the thing or not? And if you're gonna do it, then don't constantly think about whether you should do it, because you already decided. You know? Just decide. Make one choice, and then don't think about it again. Just keep doing it. You made your choice. Just go through with it. Okay, that one felt a little better, even though I still only flipped it halfway. Whoa! See, that is something that one day will hit me in the face. Fuck this shit. Oh. I can do it. I've literally done it before, but jumped right off after I landed it. The perfect flick with the wrong timing will just do absolutely nothing. I've had multiple moments where I've wanted to focus this board. The razor tail is really bothering me. I'm like, I have a fresh deck at home. Why don't I just use it? Keep this for a backup. It's getting to a point. It gets to a point, man. You know what? Thinking one more try, because it's laundry day. I gotta do laundry. It's waiting for me at home. My laundry. I feel like I'm neglecting my clothes by being here. All you ever do is skate. You don't even fold us anymore. Had to look around after doing a talking laundry bit. I have to look around to make sure nobody heard that. All right. That's it for today. Really thankful that I landed some nice pop shoves and kick flips. We'll be back eventually with the heel flip. If I film my first kick flip and the second kick flip, I have to land my first heel flip on a video. But yeah, that's gonna about do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please feel free to subscribe and share the video with somebody if you think they might also like it. My glasses are fogging up. And yeah, see you next time. Peace. Fuck this shit.